Right then guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you, and today we're going to be taking a look at another nVidia GTX560 448, but this time we're going to be taking a look at one from Inno3D. Now what I'm going to do now is bring you in for a closer look at the card, and we'll have a good look round. As ever, then we'll break into all our testing and we'll wrap up with our conclusion at the end. So it's time for us to crack on with that. Right then peeps, just to have a quick up close look at the Inno3D 560 448. I've not put it in the light tent this time. I'm just trying to save a bit of time, and I've not got the light tent up today. But if you have a look inside, you can see there at the back there's actually a total of 5 heat pipes hidden underneath this. It's actually a shame that the fan points down, because the fan's a gloss white fan. I actually really like the look of the fan, to the point where, for all of those modders of you out there, if you wanted to put like a blue LED or something on each corner of this, would light this fan up a treat. It would look awesome. There is some sticker design on it if you have a look. I think it's meant to look a bit like a car, really. This looks like a bit like an intake manifold or something. You kind of expect there to be some kind of air intake there. There's some stickers at the bottom as well. That, again, it does look very car-ified. The heatsink design itself is just really like a black textured plastic. And one thing I will say though is during testing, you see you've got the fins here. A great deal of the heat from the card does actually get pushed out the back. It is open, as you can see, and you've got the end of the card is open as well, and a little bit of heat does come out the back and, you know, down the sides, but I would probably say at least 70% of the heat does seem to get pushed out the back. Whether this is, you know, it's been designed this way or whether it's just ended up that way, I don't know, but it does seem to work very well. We've got 2 DVIs at the back, and then you've got also a mini HDMI. Obviously there's 2 SLI ports, as you will do with the 560 448s. But something else I will mention is that this card is actually very short. It's the same length as a standard reference 560, so it's one of the smaller ones. It's also got the power at the back of the card, just like you would expect for one of the reference 560s as well. But something that I know many of you are not necessarily going to like is the blue PCB. I do wish that most people would move on to just black now. But I know, because I read all the comments on YouTube, and obviously I get quite a lot of messages as well. There are still people that ask me what cards have blue PCBs. But then again, some people don't really care because they don't look at their rigs a lot. They just do them up, you know, and they play them until they break, basically. But it really depends on what side of the fence you sit on, really. But the front of the heatsink is all black, but the sides are mainly like a smoke design. You can actually see the heat pipes if you get the light right. It is there. I don't think my camera's really going to pick it up that well, but it is there anyway. So that's your like a good look anyway at the Inno3D card. Really, I suppose we should rock on now and do some testing. So we'll do some folding at home, the Vantages and all that kind of stuff. I mean, all the 3D Mark stuff, and then we'll go on and do some gameplay as well. So I best get this in the rig and get on with it. Right then guys, on to the first of the 3D Mark scores. We've got a 3D Mark Vantage score of 22,344, and then a 3D Mark 11 score of 5,814. So I'm just going to be quiet and crack on, really, and just instantly run the, just run the X scores for you. Right then peeps, on to the X scores, and we've got an X score on Vantage of 11,302, and then on 3D Mark 11, as you can see, 1,802. I don't know why I read them out all the time, but it's better than just seeing pictures, isn't it? Anyway, time to move on swiftly now with some Unigine results. Right then guys, on to Unigine. I'm just going to break with the mould really, and I'm not going to read it out. So if you want to look at it, pause it, all the settings and everything there. It's just an open and run job as ever. But now it has to be time for some gameplay. Right then peeps, we've done some folding at home tests on this one. 4 temperatures and obviously to see the PPD, and we've got a PPD of just over 15,000 there, and that's with a 7622 project, and you can also see that the temperatures there are kicking, well, they're still below 70 degrees, and to be perfectly honest with you, the fan's barely moved up at all, and this is one of the things I'll get to in the conclusion, is that the fan does work really well but it never seems to slow down. Anyway, as you can see, 70 degrees there, so that's a bloody awesome temperature really for folding, because I've seen nVidia cards go skywards when running this. And also 15,000 points PPD on that unit is also pretty damn good. One thing I will say is the team number that you need to know is 98860, and that is Redline at Overclock 3D or Redline at OC 3D team. If you're interested in folding, please make sure that you go to the forums. I really do need to get a video sorted on this sooner rather than later to explain all the ins and outs about it. But if you're interested, then please just take a look at the forums, because there's an awesome team of blokes and nippers, or whatever you want to call them there, but a wicked team. Yeah, you won't find a better, more helpful and also friendly team on the Tinternet. But anyway, time to move on.
That's all they know? That's all we know. He could be connected to those nukes.
All misfit call signs abandoned 1-6 westing on road red. Break. They've made contact with a squad-sized force. Over.
Roger that. Can you confirm the size?
1-3, I have no further information now.
Hey, Makovich, wake up! It's enough sleep, Dream Warrior.
34 minutes. Sleep for 34 minutes. Drinking a vanilla milkshake. Does that mean something?
Oh shit! Ambush left! They're in the trees! Vehicle down, taking fire from the left! Get up here! Move, move, move! Contact front! God damn it.
Those Russian Paras. Real Russians, what does that mean? Maybe they're working for Kafarov.
Look, either way, Steve, I'm concerned that we are slightly overmatched here. We got a job to do. Those nukes? It's Misfit. Let's go talk about it. Oh my God! Russian transport! Holy fucking shit! Oh, we can't go through them. No way, no how.
Enemy units down there setting up. Airdrop rules out a straight route.
So what the hell's going on here?
They're here for the same reason we are, Sergeant.
We at war with Russia now? Is that what's happening?
You fired upon.
Yes.
Doctrine says you can return fire if fired upon. That's not war. Not technically. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm saying we need to get there first. You think the Russians are here just because? They're covering their asses. We know they're working with the PLR. Now let's move it out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna finish one war by starting another. That is our fucking standing. Montez, you heard the orders. Let's go! Can't go through them. No way, no how.
Fall in and prepare to move.
Taking fire! Target is dead! Use cover! They're coming in! Start the engine! Position! Keep up the fire! Suppressive fire! Cease fire! Cease fire! Come on, gather it. Field trip, Black, come back!
Sake! What is, wake up, warriors! Shit! It's no good! Ah! Oh God! Ah! Shoot them! You shoot them! They come on! Come on! Help! Artyom! Help! We're almost at the roadblock! Just a little bit left, come on!
What the hell is
The roadblock! On the roadblock! Oh, we're there!
Right then guys, so conclusion and usual format. What we're going to do is give you the award, and we're going to give the Inno3D pretty much the same as we've given all of the 560 448s, was the silver award. There's a few things that we need to talk about with this because this one actually overclocked quite well. Not quite as good as the MSI, but that one was, do you know what I mean, that screamed ahead. This is actually, the apart from the MSI, the best overclocking one of these we've ever had. This beat the Asus and the Gigabyte cards quite easily. We had this running at 890 on the core, and that was absolutely stable with everything. There was only a couple of benchmarks really that were iffy with it above that. Most of the games and stuff were easily able to run it at kind of at 900, 910 even. But it was really, believe it or not, just Vantage Extreme and Unigine that were a bit iffy with it at that, which is why we ended up doing our kind of end of clock, do you know what I mean, the one that we use for everything, as 890. But that's a very, very healthy overclock. Card performed really well with all the games. It performed as you would expect, really. The only thing I will say is that some people may find the blue PCB a little bit quirky, but then that's really no different to the Gigabyte design. So I've really not got a problem with the blue PCB. I know plenty of people out there that actually prefer blue, but anyway, it's a personal preference. The only kind of drawback I had with this card is the fan speed is constantly, the lowest it goes to is 40%. It never really drops below that, and it's quite noisy at that. It does, I've got to admit, it does keep the card really cool. The cooler and the way it works is actually really good. But I do feel, and it's only something that they could change in the with a driver or a BIOS update. It's just when at idle, I think that fan should spin down a little bit more, because it's it's a bit noisy. Especially if you're using this as a gaming card, when you take your headphones off after your game and you're just surfing the web and doing stuff like that, you don't necessarily need this card. I mean, it goes right down to like 30 degrees, but that's really excessively low when it's only at idle. I'd sooner personally have it, a bit quieter with a slightly warmer temperatures at idle, and then that fan work if it has to when you're actually stressing it. But that's about it with this really. It's a very good card. I've got to admit, it's quite small and compact, so it'd be good for some smaller cases, although the power cables are at the end, but it's going to swing both ways. But at the end of the day, it's a very good performing 448, to the point where I'd say this is the second best 448 we've ever had in, and it's only really the blue PCB and the fan that are slight drawbacks, but performance wise it's brilliant. Plays the games as you'd expect. It ticks all the boxes, so it's quite an easy one to wrap up, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a really, really nice card, a really, really nice card. So yes, I'm going to leave this here, and then we will leave it like that. But for now at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan with another video for you. Out.